Welcome back to the Key Training Center, our live telethon here today. Thank you so much to that Gulf to Lake Praise team for that beautiful song. We're privileged we actually get to hear it. That's our church. We thank them so much for providing some entertainment today here on the telethon that you're watching absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything for all this wonderful entertainment and to learn more about this resource right here in your community.
What I love, Rhonda, about that song is, it talks about community in the city, and it is. I mean, if you think about the Key Center itself is a city in itself, and they have needs, and they need services, and the folks out there in Citrus County, you can be part of that. You can go ahead and donate and provide the services that they so much need. And remember, you can call in on our numbers, the local number, 527-2341, and if you're out of the local calling area, don't be afraid to use that toll-free number, 866-385-4919.
Now, Chris, we still have our auction item that's up this hour. It's that original watercolor. There it is. You can see it right there on the screen. I believe the artist is also local, Joe Mallow. It's a minimum bid of $80. That's a steal. That could be hanging in your house. Give it as a gift. It's a gift that keeps on giving, actually, because with your donation, it's coming back here to the Key Training Center. So please, maybe you're hesitant. You don't want to pick up the phone and make a pledge. Make a pledge for this, and you can get something in return. However, I'm going to say this to you as well. Any pledge that you give, whether it's an auction item or not, you will always get something back. That feeling of knowing you're helping residents in our community.
That is correct. That is correct. Now, I think you had some names you wanted to list of donors.
I want to go back to some of the folks who helped make this possible year-round. Mr. and Mrs. Roger Lapp in Inverness for their $15 pledge. Mr. and Miss Ronald Ward, also from Inverness, their $10 pledge. Mr. and Miss Hoops in Hernando. Oh, good, our phone is ringing.
Maybe that's Denellen.
Maybe that's Denellen. Let's see, who else do we have here on the list? Two from Homosassa. Mr. and Miss Ronald Hesketh, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, $50. And Mr. and Miss Rose Bruno. It looks like they pledged independently, one for $20 and one for $10. So thank you very much for making that happen, picking up the phone and doing it and making it happen today.
Well, guess what? While we're on the break there, Rhonda, Pat Bergerson called in, and Pat Bergerson donated $50. Now, Pat works for the Citrus County Sheriff's Office, and we've made our pledge, and Pat's made her pledge. We want to challenge those in the Sheriff's Office, not only the paid personnel, but the volunteers. Now's the time for you to call. Now's the time to go ahead and give us a call and make your pledge to the Key Training Center. And Rhonda, I think we have a new total now.
We do have a new total. We have a number coming up right now. Wow. Chris, do you want to announce it?
I will. $125,119. That is awesome. That is great.
Fantastic. That is thanks to you out there picking up the phones and making it happen.
Right.
And it's so much more than about today in this telethon. It's about year-round services to the clients and the consumers here at the Key Training Center.
And unless they call, nothing's going to magically happen. You have got to pick up that phone. You have got to dial that number. And I guarantee you, when you're done, the satisfaction that you will have will be enormous. So don't forget to call in at 527-2341, or you can call on the toll-free line, 866-385-4919. Now, Rhonda, I had a couple people here I wanted to read off that had donated. Mr. and Mrs. Herbert Jarrell of Homosassa, $100. Here is a Mr. and Mrs. James Clark of Holder, $5. Here's a Mr. and Mrs. James McCabe of Crystal River, $1,000. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Mr. and Mrs. James Nicholas of Inverness for $20. I'm still seeing no one from Denellen. Now, I did see somebody, Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Hauer from Defuniak Springs, if I said that correctly, $25. So if you're around and you're listening to us and you hear our voice, please call in and make your pledge to the Key Training Center. You'll feel the warmth come over yourself when you do it. It's just awesome.
Well, Chris, I don't know about you, but I'd like to go back over here to, maybe we don't. Let's do it if we can get real quickly. Talk to these gentlemen over here real quickly. Let's talk to the man here on the end.
Sir, what's your name? Let's get it just real quick.
Don.
And Don, why are you here today?
Just to donate my time to the Key Training Center. I'm a fellow knight, and I'm trying to fill the sheet out.
You know what? That pledge is much, much, much more
You
important.
take care of that. We're going to get back to you later, though. We're not going to get you off the hook.
We have to go
So
because
let's go
we
back.
have some, did you want to introduce the next thing? we
Sure.
have?
We'll introduce our next video. This is about the new Super Thrift Store, and it's by Bonnie Neighbor.
Bonnie Neighbor, I think, is the general manager of that store.
That is correct.
And it's a new thrift store. It's in the Crystal River, between Homosassa and Crystal River. So here it is. We'll take a look at that right now.